Sup, everybody? How you guys doing? Let's get the stream started nice and quick. Lot to do tonight. Whole lot to do tonight, man. We got to wrap up some of these milestones. Make sure that I get all these units ready to go for Cyber Monday, Legends Run, all that good stuff. Dearest at Marvel Champions. A little bit early tonight, too. So we'll say this stream is this early stream is brought to you by Day Night Starving's Time. I am now. No, I've had a typo there like 14 times on the word am, but I fixed it. Okay, tweet. Let's go, man. Oh, ho, ho, ho. Let's go. Let's do this thing. Sup, everybody? Ooh, what are those lions? What are those lion faces? I like it, Lakers Bodyguard. Our Fausty first one here, followed by Empros Gaming, King MCOC, Pixie Bell, Donut Cop, Corey. Sup. Esmir signing over 2. Already. A minute into the stream saying slap the cold virus out of me. Oh no. Esmir. Getting hit with the sickness, eh? It's a bummer, dude. Lakers Bodyguard also sent over 2. They were so close to one another. We're going to have to do a double. It's going to have to be. Lakers Bodyguard saying, early? What in the world? Happy B-Day, Beaver, with some crabs. Thanks, man, even though it's not my birthday. Snap. Alright then. Thank you guys. Appreciate both of you very much for the 2. Thank you. BG, Suicide's back on. Really hated using units to put them in, but I'll earn them back. Oh, you definitely will earn them back. Brian Griff and Grant said Grant. What's up, Orange Shoes? You have no proof I said otherwise. How's it going, brother? It's going well, man. It's going well. Getting ready to wrap up these units. Is it just a light stream? What does that mean, a light stream? You mean like a shorter stream or something like that? Nah, it's gonna be. Well, I mean, I might end like a. I mean, okay. Normally, I stream 2 hours pretty much every night. It's about 2 hours. I don't want to overdo it. You know, people get tired of hearing my voice after maybe about 15 minutes. But I figure I can stretch it to about 2 hours. Beyond that, though, it's just you hit a limit. So I never want to overdo it. So I stream about 2 hours every night. And the plan is to go from 12. The plan is to go from 12. Or no, I'm sorry, from 10 p.m. to 12 a.m. my time, Pacific time. But when I'm late, I just stay a little bit later. And when I'm early, well, I might also end a few minutes early. But for the most part, it's pretty much all the same. I got to make sure that I can. That I have enough time to go to the grocery store tonight. That's about it. I'm out of food, man. BG also Colossus armor break immune. Yeah, I figured that afterwards. Just finish your Corvus-Sid. Yeah. I kind of forgot all the immunities that Colossus had. Forgot that was one of them. What do you use to stream? An Elgato? I do use an Elgato, yeah. There's a little adapter that I have that's connected here. It's a HDMI lightning adapter, something like that. And yeah, that goes from my phone. Allows me to connect an HDMI cord that goes into an Elgato capture card, USB to the computer, and then OBS picks all that stuff up. Are you in college? I am not. I'm a college dropout, barely ever went, practically didn't go. Could barely say I was in college, but yeah, I'll say I was a college student for a short amount of time. You know, favorite MCOC YouTuber? Thanks, man. Mr. BG, I got the 5 and 6 star torch today. Do I focus on the 6 star? Oof, that's a tough question. You know, we may hear some more information about Torch pretty soon. Kabam At one point, they said that they weren't exactly happy with how Torch was performing offensively, but I don't know if they still feel that way. Because, dude, Torch is a great champion. I mean, hey, if they want to buff him, sure, I have a 6-star Torch myself. Go ahead, buff away, Kabam. But honestly, he's a great champion. I think he didn't see much play early on when he was first released. A bunch of people kind of negatively reviewed him out of like the content creator program and stuff like that. But he's seen a ton of use already in this game. So I don't know if they're going to buff him, but they might. They might buff him. We're going to hear more information about that in December. Any kind of balance changes that they're going to be performing in game. And depending on what those balance changes do to the champion, that might influence your decision to go with a 5-star or 6-star. For example, if they buff his Awakened ability, it's really tough to get a 6-star Awakened. You might want to go with the 5-star. Even if they don't do that, I mean, it would depend on how high you want it to rank Torch, you know? If you are happy, like he doesn't, right now he doesn't need his Awakened ability. And if you want to take him to like a rank 5 equivalent, rank 5 5-star, or rank 2 6-star, then the decision, yeah, it's not an easy one. I would recommend waiting for December unless you really need that champ ranked up right away. But if you are comfortable leaving that champion at rank 4 or 6-star rank 1 equivalent, then just, you know, go with the 6-star since you wouldn't have to feed any catalysts. But yeah, it's probably one of those things where it's worth just waiting if you can. And if you really had to make a decision right away, well, personally, I'm a bigger fan of going with the 5-star just so it costs 1 less tier 5 basic. But everyone has their own opinion about the 5 and 6-star thing. Have a Spider-Man Stark Enhanced rank 4. Nice, man. Only have 4 stars, that's what you're saying? Well, hey, man. That's fine. 4 stars, still very powerful in this game, and eventually start pulling 5 stars, 6 stars, all that good stuff. Question, once I've reached level 60, what is the best use for the XP boost? There's really only 2 uses for them. One, you can sell them for gold. They don't net a ton of gold, but I think it's like 1,000 for the 40% XP boost and 1,500 for the 50%, something like that. Which, I mean, it adds up over time. You can do that, or what I like to do with mine is all boosts, no matter what kind of boost it is, including an XP boost, it will give you 100 points in the Alliance 3-day item use event. Now, my Alliance, we have like minimums for that event, and it just allows me to get to that minimum, you know, that much easier by popping some of those XP boosts that I don't need to use. If your Alliance doesn't participate in the 3-day item use event, then yeah, you're probably just gonna want to sell them for gold. Is Captain America Infinity War good? He's great, yeah. I have him at rank 4 myself. I've used him a little bit, not a ton, but there's definitely some other content out there with Cap Infinity War smashing stuff that you can find. Hey BG, what do you use for the Green Goblin named Nihilus? Who do I use? You're asking? Well, it depends on what node I'm fighting him on. If I'm fighting him in war, it's typically on the Aegis Heavy node where you have to land heavy attacks against him. And he's stuck there oftentimes because of how annoying it is to be able to like stun him to get a heavy attack off. But I use Thing for that node since Thing just goes unstoppable, and then yeah, it's clobbering time. He just knocks him out pretty easy. So I use Thing for something like that. I'll use Omega Red a lot of times against that guy too, since you can't always get the attacks in, but the spore damage kind of wears him down. You can use most champions. He is tough, but there's one tip I can give you that will work for most champions at least. When he's dashing at you, if you dash back and then use a light attack, you're able to get that attack in. Kind of like what people do against Domino, where when she dashes at you, you can dash back and then, you know, use a medium attack against her. Just use a light attack against Annihilus. He's still a tough fight, but it's one way to get an opening against the guy at least. B. Daniels, what's up, dude? Trying to get through this initial clearance 6.2 item list, and the champion keeps wrecking me. Does he still have those phases even removing all links? He does have the phases removing all the links, yeah. The phases are still there. You still have to worry about that stuff. It's just the linked nodes that add to it if you leave those up, of course. So yeah. Can you show your masteries to save a photo of them? I can show them real quick, yeah. I'm not going to go through point by point why I have every point in the places I do. And before I get there, I want to warn you that masteries, they're not really something that you should just be copying from someone else. It really, like, masteries, their purpose is to enhance the champions that you have and the champions that you are using in whatever content you want to focus on. So it's really a very personalized, customized thing. So yeah, I'll show my masteries if you're curious. But my masteries, they change quite a bit depending on what I'm doing. And like I said, you don't really want to just copy exactly what I have. I do have some mastery videos out there though with budget builds and you know, recommendations for if you want to run suicide masteries and that type of thing. Most of these masteries are pretty good in most builds. The two most unique ones right now, I would say, are the Scouter masteries, which most people do not need. Yeah, those are my current masteries. Alright, let's go back to Arena. What's up, Roboto? So I'm doing pretty good arena-wise. I really should start that tier 4 basic tonight, but I also want to put my 4 stars on cooldown first. Make sure that I can get this Cole dupe. I would like to get Cole awakened. Thanks so much for the Corvus Legend Run guide. Yeah, I don't know if it was exactly the Corvus Legend Run guide, but it helped me successfully get my Legend title. You're not talking. I thought you were talking about my the last video I just made. Whoops. But alright, hold on, let me read this again. Let me start it from the top. Thanks so much for the Corvus Legend Run guide. Helped me successfully get my Legend Run title in last month's event quest. It was a lot of fun. Michael, that's awesome, dude. Congrats, man. Congrats on that Legends title, dude. Good stuff. BG, what are your thoughts on Alliance War season ending early? I think it's the best they could do in a bad situation. I just hope that for the alliances that had to continue playing Alliance War, they do something for those people. In this last war in particular, I had to use like 7 potions, you know, a bunch of boosts. And I mean, every war is a bunch of boosts and potions, but like all that stuff, we only do it because of the season rewards. And like it's a pretty clear difference between like of what alliances will spend during a season versus off season, and yeah, I hope Kabam doesn't try to say anything like, well, you still got some shards for the war or something like that, because man, I would so much rather have the boosts and potions back versus the teeny amount of shards given for the war, you know. So that's the only thing that I'm really hoping for, is that they do something about that. I was actually thinking about this before the in-game message came out, but I think next time, like the next time compensation talks happen, this is the word right here, guys. And I thought it was pretty funny how it was in this little message, and it was something that I was thinking about and something that I was going to talk about if someone asked about like compensation and stuff like that, because I get that question all the time. What do you think we should get for compensation and all this stuff? In the third to last little section, the bottom one being thank you from the game team. Then the one up above that is additionally, and the one above that is we'll be working this week to resolve the remaining issues. We will then examine how summoners were affected by this complicated issue and create a plan to compensate fairly. Our goal is to correct, that is the word, this situation for all summoners. That's really how I feel. For me, it's more about correction rather than compensation. I don't really want anything extra for there to be like that downtime or whatever. It's like, okay, you know, I couldn't play the game for a little while. No big deal. But of course, alliances were affected when it comes to Alliance Quest, and alliances were affected when it comes to Alliance War. And those are the two big areas that, if they're able to correct, then yeah, I would. That's all I really care about, is correct that stuff, man. Which, yeah, I mean, it does come through compensation, I suppose, giving out, like, you know, items that were used and that type of thing. And if an alliance was supposed to rank a certain way and they couldn't because they couldn't complete the map, that type of stuff, that's all I really care about, is correcting those things. Right, where do I find out info on his phases? Can't see it on a global star or anything, or am I just blind? It's in his actual description. When you get to the fight, you gotta look in his profile. I don't think you could see it unless you're about to fight him. You could see it in one of the last videos I just posted where I fought him and kind of scrolled through his info. So yeah. Dude, I want to know, please answer, are you still free to play? Yes, of course, still free to play. It's never gonna change. I saw you spamming it. You gotta take it easy, man. I try my best to see all the messages, but my goodness, dude, you don't gotta type it out every minute. All right, let's go back to the arena. Enzo, what up, dude? Good morning, BG. I'm excited to hear your thoughts on all the news. You like that seasons are stopped? I think it's the best they could do in the situation, Enzo. I think well, first off, yeah, I'm not super I'm not super pumped on War in general. So yeah, I'm pretty happy that War is ending early, and we get an extra week of just downtime, replenish our boosts, and just take a nice little break from it, you know. But yeah, I know it, like, for some people it kind of messes up their season. Other people, some people get a little bit lucky, and it kind of balances out. Some people get screwed, some people get lucky, and it's really the best they could do given the situation is just to call it and cut the season off. They said you only have to participate in one war throughout the entire season, right, to qualify for rewards. So yeah, all that stuff's, I think it's being handled the best way possible. I was just saying before you joined, Enzo, is the only thing, like, we played those extra wars, and we're playing against top 5 alliances, and those wars, they cost a lot of resources, and I hope we get those resources back, because we would have never used those resources had it just been a war that we knew wasn't going to count for the season, you know. I'm sure other alliances went through the same thing. I still want them to correct the alliances that weren't able to, you know, finish AQ, which I don't know what they're going to do about that, because we got the AQ payout. We actually ranked higher than we were supposed to. So it kind of worked out for us there, but yeah, for the other alliances, I want that to be corrected for them, you know. But yeah, we'll see what else Kabam does. So far, I think they go in the right direction with all this stuff. BG, do you know if Warlock will work on Realm of Legends Wolverine? Just got him as a 4-star. Warlock? I believe so. I'm pretty sure there might be some footage out there of Warlock versus Wolverine Ready, but I'm pretty sure I can't remember exactly how Warlock works, but I think once you get his oh, what's it called? I can't remember the name of his ability, but he essentially stops all healing a short time into the fight. So, yeah, he's probably one of the best options for it. What the fudge is up, Bry Guy? What up, J Divine? How you doing, dude? BG, any tips on being a streamer / content creator? Just any old tips? It's tough for me to throw out things just off the top of my head without having like any parameters to work from. Infection, yeah, there we go. That's the name of it I was thinking of. But just generalized tips, sure, I've got a few. Number one, if you're not sure what content to make, just make the type of content that you yourself would like to watch. What content do you normally look for? Do you look for crystal openings? Do you look for guides on how to play champions? Do you think you could potentially help out other players? Because let me tell you, everyone can help everyone. There's so many. Oh, what the? There's so many. There's so many things, so many characters in this game that nobody knows it all. And yeah, I'm sure you've got some insight that you can share to a fellow summoner. So yeah, make whatever content that you yourself enjoy watching. It'll also make it more fun for you to make, which is probably the next point. Is whatever you do, don't burn yourself out with it. You know, it kind of depends on how ambitious you are with YouTube. If you want to be like the next YouTuber to get like 1 million subscribers or something like that, then you do kind of have to push it and really stay on top of making content and stuff like that. But there's a lot of burnout videos on YouTube from like, you know, some of the real big YouTubers, and that of course goes down to all YouTubers really. Where sometimes you get a little too obsessed with the numbers and stuff like that, and yeah, I don't know, like, I guess what I'm trying to say is have fun with it, but just like playing this game, having fun with it is different for everybody. For me in this game, having fun with it is like really trying to push it and trying to get, you know, as far as possible in the game and stuff like that, whereas for someone else, fun in the game is just kind of screwing around trying to get their favorite characters or model characters, you know. On YouTube, it's the same thing. You could really try to push it, and like I said, try to become that next YouTuber with a 1 million+ subscribers, or you can just make some content and have some fun. Yeah, I don't know. If you have any other like specific questions, maybe I can do a better job answering those, but that's off the top of the head at least. What's up, Black Seraphim? What's up, Lori? Bro, I bought War Boost that went into the overflow. I'm expiring next week. Never would have bought him if I knew season was ending. Yeah, see, that's rough. See, I definitely want Kabam to fix that. Again, I would love. I just want things corrected. Did you spend an extra week of resource on Alliance War or save a week? Well, compared to everyone else, we spent an extra week. Everybody's getting the extra week of savings, right? The alliances that did not have to play war, though, are the alliances that are saving 2 weeks. That's the way I see it: is saving 1 week versus 2 weeks. I just want to be on an even playing field with the rest of the player base when it comes to that stuff. Not with like, oh hey, you only had to spend 3 weeks out of a 4-week season or something like that. That to me doesn't matter. What matters is like, okay, now other alliances they're gonna have extra resources prepared, and meanwhile some alliances, they're more drained on potions and boosts and stuff like that, while other alliances, they got to save that stuff and still getting the same rewards for it. It's a competitive game mode, you know, it's a PvP game mode. It's not a single player mode where some of those things matter less. Anything that gives another alliance a competitive advantage should be balanced out, in my opinion. One of the best things about content creators, and the thing BG embodies, is consistency, maintain a schedule, and keep putting things out. That's how you build an audience. Love BG. Thanks, man. That's one of those things, though, that's a little bit... oh, whoops. Why did I block there? That's a little bit... it's like consistency is good, but that consistency can be hard to keep up and can lead to burnout. So it's actually one of the things that I was like, yeah, try to be consistent, but if you can't for whatever reason, I don't think it should be something stressed about, you know? Normally I would do either crystal openings 100% whatever with 4 stars, or weird champs and some Fortnite / Modern Warfare clips. Okay. Here's another tip though. So think about whose crystal openings you watch, and maybe why. If you're like some people, maybe they just type into YouTube crystal openings. I'm sure that happens quite a lot actually, and you know, we'll watch anyone open up crystals just out of curiosity. But I think what happens probably more often than not is you end up liking a certain person's content because maybe they put out some helpful guides and stuff like that, and then you get curious about what characters they're pulling. So that's something that you could try to do too. Like I really just being helpful is the best thing. It helps. It's a win-win. You know, you help somebody else, and they respond to that help by subscribing, and then maybe have a bigger interest in the other things you do. So like for other games like Fortnite and Modern Warfare, if you're making mostly MCOC content, people might not be they might not be too into those games, but if you were really helpful to them or something like that, and you know, the more helpful you are, the more they might just be, you know, interested in anything you do, type of thing. So, yeah, it just kind of works out for everybody to just be as helpful as possible. Sunspot or Warlock for the next rank up, both unduped. What do you need, Donut Cop? Personally, I'm a much bigger fan of Warlock, but Sunspot is an awesome character too. They're neat. What they bring to the table is a little bit different, right? Is Warlock's not incinerate immune, is he? He's like frost. He's got like the standard robot immunities and then the frost stuff, right? Yeah, bleed poison, cold snap, frostbite. Sunspot. If you need the incinerate immunity, then you can go with something like that. But I don't know, man. I really like Warlock. And you're already saying leaning towards Warlock. I would just do Warlock, man. Warlock is so cool. Like Sunspot, he's cool too and all, but come on, man. Warlock. This dude's awesome. ABG, you've been watching your old Labyrinth streams lately. I think it's crazy you did a path with Iceman. I think it's also funny to hear Cam talk about stuff that actually came into the game. Was he? Was he talking about stuff that came into the game? Excuse me. No, I didn't just burp into the microphone. There's another tip. If you're starting a YouTube channel, don't burp into the microphone. Yeah, with Iceman, I only used him for what? I think it was just the one fight, right? Or did I use him for more than one fight? I know I used him for... I'm pretty sure I used him for Guillotine. For Abomination, I think I used Hulk, right? Yeah, that was a miserable fight, man. Using Iceman, oh god. 4-star Iceman in Labyrinth. Oof. Rough. Rough. BG, are you worried at all about time it could take to get Corvus' first charge in your Legends run? It's something I'm going to plan for. That's one of the other benefits to having Ghost over Corvus is there's 0 ramp up. Zero ramp up, and easier to fit on the team because she's immune to everything, whereas, like, you know, with using Corvus, you might have to plan for having Incinerate immunity or something like that. Yeah, all that stuff. But it's not really something I'm worried about. For some quests, I'll just have to use other champions. There's other champions that are quick too, relatively. Maybe not as quick as like a Corvus with charges or a Ghost, but yeah, it's kind of all I can do. What's the fastest way to get 6 stones for free to play? If we're talking 5-star 6 stones, there's really not too many options. I recommend always having a stash of units because that's one of the best ways to get them. Every couple of months or so, Kabam will release an offer for 6 stones that will run roughly 2,000 to 3,000 units. I think normally closer to like 2,000 to 2,500 actually. And those offers come around a lot more frequently for money, but they do come around for units every once in a while. So yeah, just try to save your units for something like that, and then also try to take advantage of all the side quests that come through. Like right now, the Fantastic Four side quest is one of the best ways to get 6 stones, and we just had an event last month that had pretty good 5-star 6 stones as well. In addition to those methods, this may not work for everybody because every alliance runs differently, but one of the ways that I get a good amount of 5-star 6 stones is my alliance. We have minimums set for all of the 3-day events. Well, 3 out of the 4 3-day events. Completion, item use, and champion use. We have minimum set for that. Arena, we don't bother with. But 3 out of the 4 events, we qualify to get some 5-star 6 stones there too. So yeah. I get why people call repowering because it's not repowering if you didn't parry the first time. Oh man, that was this close to being like a tongue twister. Or what is that? What's that one joke like? Pete and Repeat are on a boat. Pete falls off. Who's left in the boat? Repeat. Pete and Repeat are, you know. Whoa, is that Mo Battle Chips? Mo freaking Battle Chips. What's up, dude? Mo Battle Chips in the house. What's going on, man? Good to see you, dude. How you been, dude? You see some of that Warcraft Reforged? It's looking pretty good. Some of it's looking a little bit off. Thoughts on D4? D4. They got some work to do. The cinematic was beautiful, man. It was creepy, dark, awesome. Gameplay, if we're just talking about like the visuals, also looks pretty good. I like the open world part of it. A lot of things I really like about it. The biggest thing that I don't like about it, though, and this is like one of the most important things in the entire game, is the itemization. It looks like it's straight out of D3, and D3's itemization was like blah, terrible. The items dictated your character's build, which is something they said they didn't want in D4 when you like heard the panel talk about it, but the way they're going with the items, it looks exactly the same. There's no decision making. It's like if you see a green arrow telling you that your stats are increased, then you just put that item on and call it a day. And then look for something that's 1% better and keep doing that till the end of time. But other than that, I think it has a lot of promise. If they fix that, which I think a lot of people are pretty vocal that system's garbage. So if they fix that, which they have plenty of time to do, maybe make the talent trees a little bit more developed, the skill trees, whatever. Other than that, yeah, like those, I think they have a good game if they fix that stuff. Cinematic trailer was amazing, but the gameplay didn't blow me away. Was that a Daryl sighting in the gameplay trailer? I think there was. I think that Daryl was there, yeah. Yeah, I mean, the gameplay, it didn't get me super excited, but I was kind of chalking that up to, like, well, it's still early, and I heard from people that played the demo, they said it felt really good. And there was one thing in the gameplay that sounded really cool. It was, I mean, it's just a demo, but they said, like, you can stagger the bosses and then, like, knock pieces off of them and stuff like that, and it changes the fight. So in the demo, it was pretty basic, but if they keep adding mechanics like that to the fights, then it could be pretty cool. But yeah, as it stands right now, if they don't fix the items, I'm not even going to play, man. That's such a big part of it. ABG, if you could add a new mastery to the game, what would you like to see brought in? Oof, that's a really tough question, man. Masteries... Yeah, masteries... I think I would like to see more things that maybe give buffs to your character. It could be like based off of the number of buffs you have, even stuff like that. You know, like each buff you have, your character gains something. You know, whatever it is, they could make something like that defensively, offensively. They could do the same thing for like the number of debuffs on the other character. They kind of already have that with debuffs reducing like attack and stuff. But yeah, maybe they could do something offensively. I don't know exactly how they would see it. It's pretty tough though, because like how would you balance something like that? Some characters clearly have a lot of buffs, some don't. They just have to be careful. I think I've been thinking about it more and more, and I think what Kabam might have to do is they really might have to just go to a personalized mastery tree for each individual champion. I think I'm gonna make a video with like some mock images and stuff like that, just to illustrate my point a little bit better. But it's something we've talked about a bunch in the past, and yeah, I've been giving more thought to it, because I do want to see more customization in this game. And the masteries, it is pretty tough to add new ones that aren't gonna mess with the balance too much. So Kabam called off the war season, huh? They got some brownie points with me today. I know, Dubes, right? Yeah, dude. Ending the season feels good, man. The only bad part is, dude, we still went hard in all these other wars that don't matter. I want some of those resources back, man. I haven't played a Diablo game since Diablo 2 when I was a kid. You know, it took them 12 years to make Diablo 3. They weren't working on it for 12 years though. I mean, the original Diablo 3 was being made by the same developers that made Diablo 2. And then, I can't remember all the details, but yeah, those guys left Blizzard and that project was scrapped, and then they made Diablo 3, which, hey, I know some people liked it, and if you like Diablo 3, that's great, but in my opinion, oh man, went from like the best game ever made to one of the I don't know, man. It was like they just fell off a cliff. Like they were climbing a mountain. Diablo. I never really played Diablo 1, but like looking back at it for its time, it looked like it would have been really fun to play. And then Diablo 2, and it just feels like they were just climbing this mountain, man, just making these super amazing games. And then got Diablo 3, and it was just cartoon style with a big puff of smoke and everything. BG, I like to say elemental masteries that make you immune to just one element at a time. That's an interesting idea, Justin, and I am right there with you. But I don't think you could do it on a entire roster scale, which is why I'm thinking more individualized masteries. Because yeah, I think immunities is something that you should be able to customize. That's always how I wanted it for gear. You get to like pick between immunities instead of just having immunity to everything. I think that's way more interesting. But yeah, I think certain characters they need a way to gain immunities. It's the characters without immunities, they just most of them get ignored. Immunities are such a big and important part of this game, and characters that don't have the right immunities, it's just like, okay, well, I'm not interested. You know, okay, you look cool, you do good damage, strong survivability and all that, but oh, you don't got immunities? No, I'm not interested. Oh, Colossus? They gave Colossus a bunch of immunities? Oh yeah, let's rank this dude. You know, like, you know, it feels like something's wrong when Doom comes out and Colossus gets his rework at the same time, and it's just like, oh no, yeah, let's Colossus is gonna be used way more than Doom probably. Even in BG, you know if anyone's streaming 6.3 tomorrow. Does it come out tomorrow already? Holy crap, dude, I forgot. I don't know. Someone said Seaton was. He usually streams stuff day one. I don't know. I know Legacy was considering it a while back, but I don't know if he's waiting or if he's streaming too. I don't know. Man. Diablo 1 was the effing poop. Yeah, man. I mean, it seemed really good. I wasn't aware that it existed. Otherwise, I'm sure I would have played it and loved it. But yeah, at the time, I had no idea. Did you think of the Diablo 4 trailer? We were just talking about that. I think Blizzard has lost their uniqueness as the years have gone by. Maybe a bit, but the cinematic trailer, I don't think they lost anything. I think the cinematic trailer, Blizzard cinematics, in my opinion, have always been, and probably, well, I shouldn't say always will be, because if you asked me about their gameplay, I would have said, yeah, Blizzard is always going to be the best. And that's clearly not the case anymore. But cinematic-wise, they still crush it. Every single cinematic of theirs, for the most part, is incredible. And yeah, the Diablo 4 cinematic was the same way. I felt the same way. I felt it was amazing. Gameplay wise, I do think they lost their uniqueness. I think they tried to cater too hard to a casual audience. I feel like they've always done it on like a certain level, which is a good thing, you know. When it's easier to get into a game, more people play that game and stuff. But they always had a lot of depth to them, and it feels like they've taken away that depth as the years have gone by, and just made it so that you don't have to think. Just anything to get you to just log into the game, and yeah, that's what I feel like happened to Blizzard. So they went too hard in that direction. Scotty Lang sent it over $1. Thanks, man. Saying, where's your last one at? Hold up. Control F it. Another Paseo buck. Well, Scotty, thank you very much, dude. Appreciate it, man. I'll add it to my Paseo jar. Blizzard lost their uniqueness when they became Activision Blizzard? Possibly, man. I was always kind of against that theory, but that might be. It's still hard for me to say if that's just a coincidence or not, but it certainly did seem to happen around that time at least. So yeah, I don't know. I don't think that's like the only reason though. It can't be. I think some of it is some of the more like the more important figures in the like that were at Blizzard. I think they got burnt out, man. Like Chris Metzen, I know he was like a big part of the creative process for a lot of those games. And man, he was just running himself ragged. It seemed like I don't know like his full story, but I just remember hearing about like just his health like going downhill pretty hard. I think he had to have like some kind of surgery or something like that. And yeah, man, I don't know, like all the stress from it and all that stuff. So yeah, I think that is part of it, where like some of those guys who, you know, they were kind of forced out of it just for like health reasons. Some people, maybe they just wanted to work on different projects, so instead of being in like the same, because I mean those games, they were like built to last a very long time, and you know, just creatively might want to work on something else. So some of the devs like made their own studios, whether that was because they didn't like what Activision was bringing to the table or something like that. That could be. Fun fact, Brian tried scones tonight for the first time. This is true. This is a true fact. Are you nervous for 6-3? No, not in the slightest. Honestly, I'm worried that I'm not going to like 6-3 because it seems like I'm really enjoying 6-2, and I'm trying to keep an open mind, but I got a bad feeling that I'm not gonna like 6-3 because it's kind of going in the other direction, which is good for the community because the community hated 6-2 and, you know, wanted change for 6-3, and Kabam's listening to that, but yeah, it's kind of not what I want, but hey, whatever. I'd be interested to see mastery separated by content. Mastery for arena, for questing, for alliance content would make life much easier. It'd make life easier, but I don't know if it would make it as interesting. Because that's kind of the thing about masteries, is you can't pick the perfect build for every little thing that you want to do. You got to make sacrifices based on what you kind of want to favor. You know, if you're more interested in Alliance Wars, you might have builds specifically for that. You might have certain masteries that you like to put in for your defenders, and some people swap their masteries for offense and defense and stuff like that. It's not totally necessary. In the case of suicides, it kind of is. But things like maxing out Limber, you know, I consider that a little bit favoring Alliance War compared to other areas of the game. Or I like to max Coagulate just so I could save resources going through Alliance Quest. Whereas in Alliance War, that doesn't matter to me at all. And I don't know, there's little things that you can kind of pick and choose. I do still think that it'd be cool to have multiple saved mastery setups, but I don't know if I'd like it per area of the game. ABG, what's up, Katie? Love to be a game developer, but I'd be sad if I didn't get to make what I wanted. Yeah, I hear you, man. That's kind of how I feel too, is like I really, really want to be a game developer, but I don't know if I want to. I feel like if I don't work for somebody, then I'll never be able to make a game, because if I can't even make a website, then how am I going to make an entire game? But if I work for somebody, then I might end up making a game that I, you know, don't care about, and I don't know what's worse, like, yeah. You'll enjoy when you do a Legends run and it's not like 14 hours long. Yeah, I don't know, man. I feel like the content's just gonna, it's gonna be over in an instant, man. I really enjoyed the whole process of 6-2. 6-3, I feel like is just gonna be okay. Let's just overpower the content, brute force it as much as possible, plow through it in as short as in as short amount of time as possible, and then that's it. And then wait for the next content and do the same thing. I feel after 6.2, I mean, it's good that variants are coming, and maybe variants will be like a nice break from doing the Legends stuff. But yeah, I don't know. The Legends run, we'll have to see. I did enjoy it for 5.4, but I think what I've enjoyed has also changed in this game. So we'll see if I enjoy it still for 6.3. I'm excited to start the data mongering for 6.3. Star, I saw your tweet. I like. Hold on, where is it? Cam has also been drafted / voluntold to be my data collection minion. It's cracking up when I saw that. I mean, BG, he was the spokesperson of the Warcraft community, so every little thing that went haywire was blamed on him by the community, pretty much like us on Kabam Mike. Just remember the guy in charge of D3. People were looking for his head. Jay Wilson, yeah, I remember that guy. Did people blame Chris Metzen for stuff? I don't remember. All that well if people blamed him for things. Jay Wilson, they totally did. that guy. It was a rough situation for that guy, I'm sure. Legends run and trying to itemless run similar content are two very different approaches. They are two very different approaches. Like I said, I'm not sure if I'm going to enjoy the Legend run. Will you do a 6.3 itemless? No, I'm going to do a Legends run for it, so going all in. Maximum items. Did you see B-Manny Warlock boss solo Venom the Duck? It was amazing. Enzo, I didn't get a chance to watch it yet. I saw they were talking about it, though. And you know I love me some Venom the Duck, so I'm going to have to go back and watch that. Sometimes I think Brian just likes everything we don't like. He just wants to be a rebel. But I fall asleep to a bald man rocking turtle wax playing games on his phone, so what do I know? Yeah, it's... I always wonder if it comes across that way. Because it does feel like a lot of things I like, it's like other people are not into. Like, I don't know. I started thinking about this ever since I started liking metal music. It was like, okay, yeah, growing up, I felt like I listened to pretty much whatever everyone else listened to. I didn't really find my own thing until I started getting into metal music, and then I was like, oh damn, no, this is actually what I really like. What I thought I liked before, that was just because I didn't know. I didn't know what else existed. And then it was the same thing with video games, where, you know, yeah, I just like everyone else, all my friends at least, I always had the whatever like the latest console was, playing whatever game, and then when I found out about Diablo 2, it was like, okay, my entire life has been a lie because this is what I really like. So then I started playing PC games, and then it was like that was the next step of like, oh damn, man, I don't really like consoles anymore, and it just feels like it's different. But I swear to you, I'm not just trying to be different for the sake of trying to be different. It's just, I don't know, man. The things I like sometimes aren't the same thing as what other people like. But of course, tons of people like metal music and tons of people like PC games. So it's not like it's that unbelievable of a thing. But yeah, when it comes to MCOC, I would sure love if things were more balanced. I would sure love if there was more thinking and planning that had to go into some of this stuff. Sometimes some of it does feel a little bit watered down at times, I'd say. Yeah. MBG, how good's Guillotine 2099 for AQ/AW? Rody Stark, I don't know. I don't think I've seen anyone use her in either of those areas yet, but she's still new, so give it some more time and maybe we'll see from the community. I'm enjoying not thinking. See, and that's the thing, is I like a balance of both. That's why I like Arena. Arena is my mode where it's like, okay, I'm just not going to think, and I could just kind of autopilot this, get some rewards, kind of focus on other things, but still have some kind of tie to the game, and I enjoy it. To a certain extent, of course. Like, you know, I don't want to... I mean, you and I... Dubes, you know as much as anyone that doing too much Arena is not a good thing. But to some extent I enjoy it, and then when I want to like really start thinking about things a bit more, I just want a different experience. And sometimes it feels a little too much like I don't even have to pay attention to what's going on, and it's just weird. Sup, Hobbit? How you doing, dude? I discovered the Nerds Gumballs via Halloween candy sales. Also, side note, wait, Nerds Gumballs? Like actual gumballs? Or are you talking about the Nerds bumpy egg things that I was talking about before? I've never heard of Nerds Gumballs. I'm really not much of a gum chewer, but I'm kind of curious. Nerds Gumballs. Oh. Oh, wow. I don't think I've ever seen these before. This looks like some... I'm on Amazon. What the hell? This doesn't even look like some official product. It's like a Ziploc bag. I wish I could put this on screen so bad. It's like a Ziploc bag with just like someone just like has like a little ingredient label that they slapped on the front of it. Just a clear bag with a little label on it. But it's gumballs that are filled with nerds, I guess. Interesting. BG, do you think they should add a new version of Legends Run, a regular one and an itemless version? Itemless has the full month, regular first 2 weeks. I don't think necessarily itemless. There's not a lot of people that would enjoy playing that style of game, but I do think there's room for a like bonus objective type of thing, where I don't. It would probably vary per quest, but man, I haven't thought about this in a little while. This is something that I was thinking about when like the gates were first announced, where basically it was like, okay, a regular completion, like the one-time completion, is like the first set of rewards. Then you get the full rewards for 100% exploring, and then you get like a bonus cosmetic type of reward that is totally optional because it's only a cosmetic. It's not doesn't give you any advantage over another player for choosing to take on like some bonus difficulty. And what that bonus difficulty would be is, again, probably something that would vary. Maybe that's where the gates would be, whereas normally there wouldn't be gates for the regular content. This way, it's kind of the best of both worlds. The players who want to seek out that additional challenge, they have that as an option. Maybe sometimes it would have strict champion requirements to it that, hey, you can only use your 4-star champions when the content's balanced for 5 stars, or item restrictions. Maybe not fully itemless, but something like you can only use 3 items in a single path or something like that. You know, I think there's room for something like that. I don't know how popular it would be. Most people don't care about anything cosmetic in this game because there's not really a way to display anything cool cosmetically in this game. It's not like you're changing your character's appearance. The best things there are right now is a title and a profile picture. Something they were talking about at Comic-Con, though, is maybe finding a way to show the stuff off a little bit better. So maybe in your profile, there could be a way to have like a little badge or trophy if you were able to take on like the additional challenge mode. Because that's just it too, man. Is like I want to have my fun in this game, and I want everyone else to have their fun too. I don't want to just kind of selfishly say, oh, everything should have restrictions on it or gates or whatever, when I know other people don't like that stuff. But at some level, like, that stuff got me really excited about the game. And if we never see that stuff again, then like my excitement is just gonna decline, you know. So like I would love if there was both. I would love if Kabam can find a way to appeal to both. And I just need like some reason to do it. Even if it was just something like a title. I'm not even looking to show the title. Like I don't care about it in like a bragging type way. I don't give a damn about any of that stuff. But just a reason to do it other than just for fun, just because, for like a random challenge. It would be better for me personally if that stuff was like in the actual game, you know, and we didn't have to go out of our way to make these separate challenges. Because yeah, I mean, if I really want to, if I want to make things harder, I could just go through all this content with 2 stars. Wouldn't that be fun? No. BG, thoughts on the new Sonic trailer? I actually just saw it before the stream, and it looked really good. It looked a million times better than the last Sonic trailer. It's crazy, the night and day difference between the 2 trailers. Like they changed the look of Sonic, but it was more than that. It was like just everything about the trailer, all the different scenes that they showed in it, the feel of the movie, the story that they were kind of getting into. It all just felt way better than the previous trailer. I didn't look into the details to know like if they actually re-recorded stuff or if maybe they're just trying to tell it in a slightly different way or something like that, but man, it's way cooler now. Really want to know what metal bands you listen to? Honestly, you don't strike me as someone who likes metal. You have a polka vibe. A polka vibe. Well, I do like some polka. There's I mean, I can only name one polka song. It's by Devin Townsend, who has made some metal music, and he had a polka version of one of his songs, Vampira, I think. It's like Vampira polka or something like that. I don't know what kind of metal bands. Oh man, I listen to a bunch of different metal bands. Every time someone asks, though, I have a hard time like naming bands. Gojira is one of my favorites. I'm trying to think of like ones that I listened to this year, because you know some bands you like some of their older stuff, and then the newer stuff they make isn't as good. Like Opeth was always one of my favorites, but they're kind of moved on from the metal stuff so much these days. Peripheries, they had an album this year that I really liked. What bands have I seen like live? That'd be good, maybe. I saw Lamb of God. I saw them live. That was probably the best show I ever went to. That was back in like 2005, though. That was a long time ago. Sonic looks much more animated and looks like it's going more towards a comedy than an action movie. Yeah, it just the whole vibe of it just felt more like Sonic, you know. I don't know how to how to put it in words other than it just felt like it actually felt like a Sonic movie versus the other one. It felt like they were just kind of plugging in a character that looked like Sonic. Can't even call that character Sonic. It was like, yeah, they tried to make like it was like a bootleg Sonic that they put in the movie, and then just like, hey, it's a Sonic movie because Sonic's in it. You know, this one is like, no, dude, this is a Sonic movie. Yep, just was typing it when you had finished the second one, sending Ice Phoenix. Oh, this is talking to someone else, I'm guessing. BG, you should do both for Act 6-3. After you do Legends run, you should then do Itemless run. It wouldn't be, I don't know, something about like the paths already being completed. I don't know if I could do that. I don't know if I would I don't know if I would enjoy it. It's something to keep in mind for sure. But like once it's totally like it's a very small thing. But when I go into a quest and I see the dotted lines, it's like, okay, the goal is to make those dotted lines solid, you know? And it's easy to keep track of what you've done, what you still have left. Feels like there's more weight behind if you get through the quest or not. When it's already completed once, yeah, it's just kind of like, who cares? It's kind of how I feel about it, at least. So, yeah, if they did have like an additional challenge mode where, you know, even if they just like change the color of the lines and stuff like that or something, I don't know. I would really enjoy that personally. So then we got with Devil Driver and some other bands. I don't remember. It was pretty effed up that night. That actually, I think that was part of it. Was like a big festival tour in 2005. I think Devil Driver was on it, although I never really listened to them too much. And actually, I think they were one of the opening bands, and we got there a little bit late. Surprise, surprise. Me being late, right? Yep, even back in 2005. We missed like the first two bands of the day. But it was like an all-day, you know, 12-hour thing. We'll love to see the MODOK champs come back in addition to new ones. Like the combo champs? Yeah, that'd be cool. I'd like to see those too. We haven't seen those in a long time, man. Kind of surprising. You'd think, like, since Kabam already has some of these characters created, that they would introduce them from time to time. They would bring them back from time to time to certain content, even if it wasn't all at once. You know, if it was like a for Doctor Strange one, maybe they would have it was like Punisher and Strange together, right? Like if they brought that character for that or something. You miss Ice Phoenix BG? I wouldn't say I miss her so much, but she was cool. Like, yeah, why not? These days we have a lot more answers to Ice Phoenix too. There's, or at least there's a lot more champions that have either Cold Snap immunity, straight up, or higher resistances that back then didn't really exist. There was still solutions back then too, but you know, it was definitely a lot harder back then than it would be today if they brought her back. I don't think there'd be near as much like whining about it type of thing. BJ saw Sealer, Crossfade, Godsmack, and it was amazing. Nice, dude. It's awesome, man. Yeah, I haven't been to a concert in a long time, man. When we got back from Comic-Con, I had tickets to go see a show. It was Clutch and Dropkick Murphys. We're excited to go see that, but yeah, then I was too sick to go, so those tickets just ended up being a waste. BG, what kind of offers do you think they're going to put out for Cyber Monday this year? Probably very similar to 4th of July. Maybe having a 6-star Awakening Gem crystal, but now that I know that we're not, like, I was pretty set. I was pretty sure we're going to get a 6-star Awakening Gem crystal for Cyber Monday. But now that I know that we're not getting one for 6-3, I'm not so sure anymore. Honestly, it feels like we're ready for a 6-star Awakening Gem, but it would feel kind of bad if the first one available was only available through an offer. So I don't know, man. It's gonna feel kind of weird. Like if they had one in the rewards for 6-3, and you were able to get a 6-star Awakening Gem there, and they also had one available that you can just buy, I feel like that would have that I just would have felt more right, you know. Something that, like, and I mean, if they have it for units, then technically you can still get it through in-game means, but it's a little bit strange. Dude, look at this rocket just flexing, man. The little disconnect error thing is popping up. But yeah, so I don't know. Like I said, it feels like we're ready for it, but because it's not in the content, I almost hope that we don't see one. Doubt to be a 6-star Awakening Gem, maybe 6 stones though. Yeah. I mean, yeah, that's true. I forgot there is still 6-star Sig stones, so we can get those in addition to all the normal 5-star stuff. I'm sure there's gonna be 5-star. Oh, disconnected. I'm sure there's gonna be 5-star shards, 6-star shards, the typical catalyst stuff: Tier 1 Alpha, Tier 4 Basic, Tier 4 Class Catalyst, Tier 2 Alpha, Tier 5 Basic. Probably a little bit of fragments for Tier 5 Class Catalyst. BG, have you listened to Animals as Leaders? The drummer is amazing. A little bit. I've listened to a little bit. I actually like this channel. There's a guy that he seems to really be into Animals as Leaders, or maybe he's just taking requests. I'm not sure, but he breaks down a lot of the parts from Animals as Leaders, so I'm kind of familiar with the drumming a bit from them, at least. A lot of really technical stuff. Uh-oh. Dun-dun. Dun-dun. Dun-dun, 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 dun-dun. Lola. Let's get back to this fight. Stinking Lola. BG, when you start playing Contest of Champions? I've been playing for a while now, almost 4 years. It'll be 4 years in December here. Started playing like about a year after the game came out. Kind of hyped with Galactus, though. I imagine he won't be a playable character, or maybe that's the mystery 6-star. I don't think it'd be the mystery 6-star. I think that's something that's going to be too much of like a main focus, like a big part of the story. And I don't think they would just have like him as a reward. It'll be interesting though. Will be interesting. The last concert I went to was Mayhem Fest with Manson and Slayer headlining 9 years or so ago. Man, I wonder if it's been that long for me. 9 years. I can't remember. We went to like a jazz show. Was that last year? It might have been last year, but like the last like metal show that I went to was probably been like roughly 9 years too. It's been a while. But that's cool, man. I've never seen Manson or Slayer. BG, have you seen the Australia fire is currently at 1 million, wait, what? 1 million hectaacres? Is that what that is? Or is that just a typo of acres? Or something? No, hold on. I've never seen this word. I need to... Holy crap, dude. That doesn't sound very good, Tom. Oh no, yeah, this is...
Hectare.
Hectare. I've never heard of hectare. Metric unit of square measure equal to 100... What the... 100 airs? Which is 2.471 acres? Or 10,000 square meters. Man, I've never really heard of this type of way to measure. This unit of measurement. A hectare. Or air. Huh. But damn, dude. No, I hadn't heard about that at all. These damn wildfires, man. It's no good. It's no good at all. No way is playable champ with no Maestro playable character. Ooh, is there like a big story connection with Maestro and Galactus Frojo? Still banking on Weapon X being the exclusive. I wonder about that too, Shark. We fought against that guy such a long time ago. I wonder if we're gonna get him as a playable character at all. Mystery 6-star is gonna be Summon Symbiote. I don't think so, but maybe I can't say for sure on that one. They said it was like never a playable character before, right? But then again, it could be like a... I mean, of course, like they couldn't give us the OP one that they gave us, right? It would have to be a like a different version. So maybe they could come up with a different version. All right. You know what I think I want to do more than anything? I want to knock out the solo side quest content before I forget. So let's do that stuff. Got some energy refilling a bit here. So let's jump into that. Toss out these guys. Actually, I'll probably put Corvus back on the team. We'll get some of these guys going. Yeah, let's throw Corvus in there, and I guess we'll around it with Void. Let's throw Namor. He can get through any type of nodes. Let's do that. 6-star Deadpool could be, or that's the not been playable for the trophy one. I don't think it's gonna be Deadpool. They said it was someone that you can't, that has never been playable, I thought, right? BG dressed up as Diablo will be the exclusive 6-star. Something tells me that's not going to be the case. Wait, what node is this one? Oh, it's Freezer Burn. Okay, alright. Yep. Good thing I brought Colossus. Mystery 6-star is Thanos? I don't think that's going to be the case. Only reason I say is because I don't have him, and it says he's available as a 4, 5, and 6-star rarity. Tweeted PG. That's interesting that it does say available as a 6-star, but I don't think it's going to be him. This is supposed to be someone that no one has played before. The 6-star Thanos, I would not be surprised if they like bring back gifting, or they had him as part of the rewards for the Abyss or something like that. I'm sure we'll see a 6-star Thanos, but thinking that'll be for something else. I'm pretty sure it will be Diablo. He's never been playable. Wow. Oh man. Have you seen some of those vids that Dave's been putting out comparing Doom and Diablo? Those are pretty interesting. Ah, what the? Come on, man. Well, this L3 is not going to do much. I wanted to use an L2. Don't even use your L2, bud. Does Colossus need to be awakened? I don't know if I should focus on ranking him or Old Man Logan. Well, I think Colossus is significantly better than Old Man Logan. I can't say definitively if Colossus needs to be awakened or not, but his awakened ability does seem quite good, and I'm leaning more towards yeah, he probably needs to be awakened. But I haven't played this guy enough, and I haven't tried him unawakened or anything like that to really know. So, not totally sure. But yeah, as far as like usefulness goes, even with my limited experience, I feel like Colossus is going to be the much more used champion than Old Man Logan. I don't think Old Man Logan is necessarily bad, but like I said, you know, you stack immunities on one character, they're going to get played. He's going to see more play than even Doom. Oh no! Oh no! No! I went for it. It didn't work. Well, that's fine. That's why I brought Namor. Cannot do Arena right now? Is there a bug specifically with Arena? Did I accidentally avoid that bug by changing content? How do we get more 5-star shards? First thing, never, ever, ever, ever sell any of your champions. The more you duplicate your champions, the more shards you get of the next higher star type. The more max Sig crystals you get once their signature abilities start maxing out, which will give you even more of that stuff. And then from there, just got to complete harder content. Play the arenas that require higher level champions. Make sure you're logging in to get the login rewards. Dude, it felt like that parry was good. I don't know what the heck. Kind of just going for it, hoping the reflective damage is going to be enough. It was not enough. Oh no. I've now died twice. BG looks like Colossus isn't immune to death. I know, man. He's not. This guy is, though. Oh. Oh, wait, I can get a charge, right? Because of auto block? How does it work if I can't knock him? Like, if I knock him down to kill him, do I get it? It doesn't look like I got it. Colossus no defender. Rank 5 is getting 0 kills on any of the best nodes. Yeah, he doesn't seem like a defender. I don't know everything about him, but he seems more like an offensive character. Which is surprising, man. You know, really would have thought Colossus would have been more of a defender when they were designing him, but looks like they went the other direction. You dead, sucker? PG, what are the 2 best 5-star science champs to awaken in your opinion? It depends on the situation you find yourself in. There is no 2 best. It's what do you personally need? I can name some good ones for you though. Thing is quite good. His awaken ability isn't needed for every situation, but when you need it, oh, it is amazing. Void is fantastic. Void practically needs to be awakened. Captain Beardo is kind of the same boat as Thing, where he doesn't necessarily need to be awakened, but when you need his awaken ability, it's awesome to have it. I don't know about the new science guy in the block, Reed Richards. Kind of curious about that dude, if his awaken ability is going to be necessary or not. She-Hulk doesn't need to be awakened. I'm trying to think of some of the other science champs. Gotta be science champs I'm forgetting. Quake doesn't need to be awakened. Torch doesn't need to be awakened. probably forgetting somebody. What if exclusive 6 stars, collector, or grandmaster? I think they're too essential to the story to be given one of those, but I can never rule it out. Could have to do with the story where, like, Karina comes in, kicks their asses so hard that makes the Grandmaster just a regular character. Someone that doesn't even have that universal tag anymore or something. I don't know. Why'd I do a heavy attack here? I gotta wait for him to evade. Silly me. You gonna evade there, bud? There it is. Alright, so I get in with a special one too, right? Just gotta knock him down somehow, some way. Karina is exclusive champ? I don't think so. I was thinking it could be Karina, but the more I think about the story and after talking to Gabe and actually opening my eyes to what's going on in the game and stuff like that, not that I read the whole story, but even just looking at what's going on a little bit, I think Karina's going to take over the contest. So she would not be playable if she's stepping into the role that Collector and Grandmaster have held. Is it just me, or does Mr. Fantastic Animations look like poop? You think so, Dubes? I think he looks cool, man. I wouldn't say he's like my favorite character of all time. I think Doom looks cool. I think a lot of characters look cooler, but I think it's well done for Mr. Fantastic for his abilities. The Special 3, I don't know about the Special 3, but like the Special 2, I think is awesome. Speaking of Diablo, hello Diablo. Kind of forget how his what's it called ability works. His unstoppable stuff. It doesn't matter. Fair point. What's your opinion on the exclusive champ? I really don't know. It's so hard to say. Him trapping people in a prism on a special 2 is my favorite. Yeah, it's really cool. I like Mr. Fantastic Animations. I think the Special 3 could be way better for sure, though. Yeah. Like, the Special 3... well, okay. First off, when it comes to stretchy stuff, I don't exactly... There's probably a way to do it that would have been more enjoyable for me. Maybe if they maybe if he uses arms to like mummy wrap somebody, or like a boa constrictor type of thing, and maybe there could have been something there. I don't know, but we already saw like the big stretchy arms from Kamala Khan, and that is one of the lamest. In my opinion, Kamala Khan is one of the lamest Special 3s in the entire game. I'd put Yellow Jacket probably at #1 for biggest, for the lamest Special 3, but Kamala maybe like the second worst. And it kind of reminds me a little bit of Kamala's, and maybe that's part of the problem for me, is I just get like that similar vibe of like, ugh, Kamala. I don't know. But yeah, I mean, overall, I think his animations are good. It doesn't like ruin the character for me or anything. I think it's funny, him like the mid-fight animations, like his heavy attack and special 1 and stuff like that. I think all that stuff's just kind of funny. I wasn't necessarily looking for him to be like a badass character. I think it's fine that some of the stuff's like a little bit more goofy. BG, the last champions, She-Hulk, Spider, Gwen, Gamora, Buff, are way better than compared to Colossus and Old Man Logan. Am I Correct? What the? No, dude. Colossus is amazing. Colossus is going to be used like crazy. I think whenever Kabam buffs a character, they like really buff one character, and then the other characters that are alongside that buff, it feels like maybe they're intentionally like a step down in terms of how useful they're going to be. So like Venom's super useful. He was buffed alongside Carnage though, and Carnage, he does a lot of damage, he's cool and everything, but he's just not all that useful. I feel similarly with She-Hulk and Spider-Gwen, although maybe it's a little bit inexperienced, I don't know. But it feels like She-Hulk is amazing and Spider-Gwen's just like, pretty good. Same thing with Colossus and Old Man Logan. Colossus is amazing, Old Man Logan, And Gamora was... When did they buff Gamora? Was that around the same time? I think that was the same time as She-Hulk and Spider-Gwen, right? And Gamora, she's like, you know, a step below She-Hulk as well. Maybe a step below Spider-Gwen, actually. Yeah, that's probably more like it. I don't know why I'm using a heavy attack here. Oh, I guess it worked out. He never dashed. Wait, how does that work with Mighty Charge? And this, because the spores prevent him from removing abilities, right? Does that work for Mighty Charge too? 6.2.5 is a real tough son of a B Manny. Oh, Roboto. Tell me about it, dude. That quest is brutal. But Pete, what's up, man? How you doing, dude? What's Colossus' Awaken ability? It gives him armor up when he's immune to something. Oh, whoops. And then it gives him a chance for his armor ups to last permanently. Something like that. I gotta see how it scales. I need to find out more info about 6.3, but once I make sure that I have all the champions that I need for 6.3, I'm going to be ranking Colossus. He's going to go to rank 5. I'm going to rank Nick Fury. He's going to rank 5 too. Nope, Mighty Charge is immunity. Okay. Yeah, that makes sense. Can't wait for Pokemon. Oh yeah, the new Pokemon game's coming out soon, right? Sword and Shield, I think, something like that. BG, which is best, earbuds, toothpick, or Reynolds refill? I'm not sure what a Reynolds refill is. I'm gonna go with toothpick. Hang on, I'm gonna look up Colossus's Awaken ability, how it scales. Okay. Whenever one of Colossus' immunities protects him from an effect, he has a 52% chance to gain an armor up buff lasting 15 seconds, and Colossus has a 45% chance to convert an expiring armor up buff into a permanent one. Okay, so Sig level probably doesn't matter a ton, looking at the way it scales, but it probably is pretty important that he's awakened, and maybe has a decent Sig level at least. Sig 40, Sig 60, Sig 80. Maybe that's going too far even. I think Sig 60 is probably a good stopping point for Colossus, if you can't get him any further than that. Even Sig 40 is pretty good. Alright, anyway. Holy crap, BG knows something about another game. I never thought I'd see the day. You know all the times you talked about Diablo, WoW, and a few other games. Yeah. I pay attention to some of the other game news going on. Try to keep up with some of the stuff, but should I rank 5 my Omega? Pete, level up event expired already. No, you shouldn't level up anybody. Not till the next level up event at least. BG, how about a SIG 140? Well, I mean, it seems like it scales all right. So the more SIG levels is fine, but like if to actually put SIG stones into the characters, probably unnecessary. Hey, can I have tips on how to get Namor? There's not really any tips to it. There's some slight things that you can do to increase your chances, but a lot of it's just getting lucky in the crystals. Namor will at some point probably make an appearance in the dungeon crystals, and dungeon crystals are a way to target champions a little bit more than just popping open regular crystals. Same thing with the featured 5-star crystal. That's pretty much it though, man. Just try to get as many shards as possible and cross your fingers that he'll pop out of the crystal one day. The only other way that I can think of is, you know, save your units, and every once in a while champions will show up in the units again, show up in the crystals to buy those, but it's all a lot of RNG. We had SIG 140 is all natural. Was salty about it till now. Yeah, I'm sure, dude. I'm sure. See, that's the thing, man, is like if you had to pick between pulling the worst champion or a middle of the pack champion, I sometimes rather get the worst champion. Like Colossus versus Cyclops, right? Cyclops, I don't even know if I can consider him middle of the pack. He might be slightly below average. But like you know, Colossus was definitely worse than Cyclops, in my opinion. At least when you know, if you got a chance to play the two, I'd rather be playing Cyclops, right? But because Cyclops was better, that lowered his chances of getting buffed. But Psych is super effective. He is. Was pumping stones into Omega until 200, but never took him to rank 5. I mean, you should at some point, Pete. He's so good. BG, forgot to tell you, pull the 5-star AA after you promised me a Corvus. I hold you responsible. Well, AA's pretty good. You could hold me responsible to that. That's fine. Speaking of Namor, I'm really getting the hang of playing with him. Having a hard time before with how broad his animations are, but I've gone from dying almost every time with him to not dying at all. Nice, dude. Yeah, he definitely takes some time to get used to. There are some fights that I have with Namor where I feel like a god, and then other fights with Namor where it's like, what happened? Why did I die? How come I got my ass kicked here? Oh, man. But I've had a similar progression where, yeah, a little bit of time and practice, get the timings down of his specials and stuff like that. Not too bad overall once you practice. Got Iron Patriot 3 times within first 8 5-star crystals ever. Ooh, Affliction. It's a long payoff, but I'm sure he's gonna get buffed at some point here. And then you'll finally have a good champion from those crystals. I'm a banana. I'm a banana. Look at me move. Banana power, banana power. What the heck is that? Happy birthday to me? Yeah, dude, happy birthday again. Happy birthday to Affliction. Hi, beautiful streamer. Points in Balm worth it? Play with Suicide Love. Balm? I don't know what balm is. Is that possibly coagulate? In a different language? I do not know. Someone help me out here and clarify. BG, you plan to rank up Corvus to rank 5? I think he is not worth the resources, as he does nothing much great damage than compared to rank 4 version. You tell me this now? It's too late. He's already been ranked. Bomb will be closer to Salve. Ooh. Okay. Yes, put points in chapstick. It's a bot, BG? Wait, what's a bot? But yeah, if Salve, if that's the mastery in question, is Salve is a great mastery early on in the game. Oh crap! This is still Mighty Charge. Should not have used Corvus. Whatever. Salve is actually super powerful. The lower the star champions that you have, which is actually something to keep in mind. Because Kabam, they gave out that hint for like the next variant, right, where we might be using lower star champions. I'm kind of curious if that just means they're going to be there to support our stronger champions, or if certain content is like, no, you have to do this fight with a 3-star or something like that. And if that's the case, then Salve will be really powerful for it again. Which is kind of cool, kind of interesting to think about. But yeah, Salve, the deeper you get into the game, the less impactful it actually is. A few health every second doesn't mean squat if you're playing with champions that have like 35,000 health. But it means a whole hell of a lot if you're playing with a character that only has 3,500 health. Oops, didn't know that. I mentioned in one of our previous chats to lose your resource for him. Well, I don't think it's a waste at all. I think it's totally worth ranking up Corvus. I think there is a big difference between rank 5 and rank 4. You know the difference? The difference is an entire 6-star champion that I'm going to get because I ranked him. Assuming nothing goes wrong. I don't want to get too cocky about it. But that's what I'm thinking the difference is going to be. Even if there wasn't a huge attack increase, which I think there is a big attack increase, there's also the health side of things and other stats. I want to take Namor to rank 5, but also really love Doom. I want to take him to rank 5 too. Unless I can dupe him, though, it'll be Namor, since I want all my rank 5s to be Sig 200, and he's a Sig 200. Man, you got some high standards. Want them to be Sig 200. I understand it. That's kind of how I feel about my 4 stars. The 5 stars, that is out of the question, for me at least. But even with the 4 stars, I can't max all the ones I ranked. Lance Bomber sent over 5. Lance, thank you very much, dude. Appreciate that. Saying, who's the top 3 most useful champs released in 2019? Viable in the most areas of the game. And please don't say it depends. Well, Lance. Depends it does. Okay, well, I could say if you're talking about like the most areas of the game, then I don't have to give you a it depends answer. If you were talking about like who's the best Alliance War attacker, then I would have to say it depends. But if we're talking broadly, I could probably pick out 3. Where do I find a list of all the champions that came out this year, though? Is that something on Aunt May? I can't remember if old Slugsy boy has it listed by year. He does. Okay, 2019. Okay, Warlock thing. Let's see. I could narrow it down to. Let me make a short list here before we pick 3. Should I put Claire on the list? I'll put her right now, I guess. Sparkles. I'm not going to count Reed Richards because he's technically not in game yet. Okay, here's my top 6. Omega, Corvus, Ghost, Bam, Bam, and Bam. Yeah, pretty much, Dubes. Here's my top 6 for 2019. In no particular order. So, and we can narrow this down a little bit further. But this is like alphabetical order, actually. Claire, Sparkles, Namor, Nick Fury, Thing, and Warlock. Claire would probably be the first one to get cut from that list. I think she's really great. But if we're talking about the best of the best from a broad perspective in the game, I would probably count her out. So now we're down to 5. Sparkles, Namor, Nick Fury, Thing, and Warlock. Oh man, I feel like Thing and Warlock probably make the top 3. Who else falls in that top 3? Maybe Namor. As much as I love Sparkles and Nick Fury, maybe I'm just lacking in the experience with them a little bit. Like, they're really powerful, but I feel like what Namor, Thing, and Warlock bring to the table is a bit more. It's a bit more unique, and yet at the same time not so unique that you could only use the characters in a few areas of the game. You could use them like all over. Sparkles might maybe Sparkles over Namor. It's hard to say. But yeah, that's roughly what I would say. It's one of those things where you could argue certain champions, which is why I don't normally get into like a top list or something like that. Because the more situations you name and stuff like that, yeah, you'll find uses for all these characters. You'll find tons of uses for a lot of the characters that came out this year. But like, I didn't even mention Torch. Yeah, I know there's a lot of things you could do with Torch, but if we're talking about like the broad sense of the game, you don't see Torch used everywhere. Warlock and Thing, they're both very difficult defenders while also being great attackers and great just all over in the game. So yeah, those would be like my top 2 for sure. And then honestly, everyone else is I feel like everyone else is below Thing and Warlock as far as I'm concerned. Alright, cool. We're done with the 2 hardest difficulties of this quest. Let's go pop open those crystals that I just got. You're missing hype? We're talking about champions that came out in 2019. Yeah, Thing and Warlock. The third one, yeah, I'm going to cut Nick Fury from this top 5. I think Nick Fury's also good offensively and defensively, but he's a tiny Oh man, he's got those synergies. But he is, I feel like he's a tiny bit more situationally useful compared to the others. So, yeah, Thing Warlock, and then either Namor or Sparkles. Final answer. Final answer. All right. Let's pop these suckers. Ugh. Okay. Didn't need the mutants. Got one that I needed, so I guess that's good. It's fine. What? Nick Fury's definitely top 5? I had Nick Fury in my top 5 of the year. I was trying to narrow it down to top 3. And I cut him from my top 3. Gonna open a 5-star and 6-star a little later tonight. Ooh, star. Exciting. Good luck. Wait, star. Are you sure you're gonna open up a 6-star? We got 6 days left on this on the 6-star pool being merged. Maybe you don't care about these new champs. Maybe you just want to pop it now, but something to think about. Something to consider. I'm definitely going to be waiting myself. We've got some cool ones in here that I'd like to get. Who else besides the 6 feature champions is being added to the basic? I'm not even entirely sure. Oh man, I would love a 6-star massacre. That'd be so cool. He's already in the 6-star basic though, I think, right? I don't know. I'm pretty excited to pop this 6-star though. Whenever possible. The 5 stars, I might wait a long time. I don't know. Once the red number is there, it's going. Can understand that. Yeah, my 5 stars. I'm thinking about doing a big. Okay, so I've got two options that I'm kind of deciding between. Number 1, pop open all of my 5 stars before I finalize my roster for 6-3. Number 2, I'm holding up 3 fingers right now. Number 2, wait until Doom. And if I'm waiting for Doom, then I would probably stretch that to, no pun intended, to Reed Richards and maybe Silver Surfer as well. But I would at least wait for Doom because he's the highest prestige, and yeah, could do something like that. It's probably, like in the past, I've always done whatever I could, popped open as many crystals as possible just to try to get a little bit of some kind of advantage if I'm going for a big Legends attempt, right? And I think that's the smart play. But it's such a low chance that I'm going to get a character that's actually going to help me out. It's pretty much just Ghost at this point, I think. For a 5-star. I do need other characters for 6.2 still. Beyond just Ghost. So, I don't know. Okay, code saying A-Bomb, Venom, Howard the Duck, Sim, Old Man Logan. Old Man Logan is interesting. Oh, that Sim is Superior Iron Man, right? Is he in there? Yeah, Superior Iron Man. Okay, alright. A-Bomb, Venom, Howard the Duck, Superior Iron Man, Old Man Logan. Okay. Is A-Bomb gonna actually be added? Because he is, right? Like, oh god, how does it work for the 6-star? Like, Doctor Strange was in the last 6-star. Is he in the basic now for 6 stars, or is he not? PG gonna get Howard the Duck. That's fine. And Taskmaster? Okay. I'm fine with Howard the Duck. Howard the Duck has appeared on the buff polls. So we know he's on the buff list. Maybe at some point people will vote for him. The odds are kind of low, though. I feel like people would vote for other champions. But, new champion. Don't care. More champions in the pool, more likely I am going to get a new champion. And yeah, Doctor Strange was added to the basic? Okay, okay. Good to know. Thor's not in here, though, right? He's in the 5-star featured. Which I didn't need to scroll down for. Yeah, Thor's in the 5-star featured. And when he's in the 5-star featured, he doesn't get added, right? That's just how the 6-star works compared to the 5-star. What if Scarlet Witch makes a surprise 6-star appearance? That could potentially be the prize for Act 6. Not the Scarlet Witch that is available to us as a 4-star and lower, but the other Scarlet Witch. That could be the prize for Act 6. Do they take months to buff a champ? At that rate, Howard will see one by 2022. Yeah, maybe. Doesn't matter. New champion is new champion, man. Don't care. When you open a 6-star, probably pretty much the day after it gets updated. I need more 6-stars for the arena. How many 5-star rank 5 do you have at the moment? Sorry for asking so often. No, it's cool, man. I have 15. 15 5-star rank 5. Phoenix, Mysterio, Namor, Thing, Medusa, Stark, Spidey, Omega Red, Fraggle Rock, Voods, Voids, Corvus Glaive, Sim Supreme, Morningstar, Venom, and Hyperion. And then I have 1 rank up gem to give me a 16th, and then 4 tier 5 basic to give me 17 and 18. It's currently what I'm working with. Unless I pull a 6-star that some of these tier 5 basics on me. What other one do you mean, BG? There was another Scarlet Witch in the game files. Whoops. What's the description of that one? I don't remember the description of the other Scarlet Witch. Got a tier 5 basic in overflow right now? Damn, dubes. Who are you thinking about ranking, man? Should maybe consider rank 2 in that 6-star Venom the Duck, dude. I'm not into ranking 6-stars, but I might have to make an exception for an awakened Venom the Duck. Thor, Rags, and Phoenix are totally crap as rank 5. Yeah, Thor, Rags, and Phoenix, they could be a rank 7 champion, and they would still be garbage. Ultimate Scarlet Witch one? Yeah, yeah. If that's her name, Ultimate. I'll never catch up with you, BG, but that's okay, because you are my role model in this game. Thanks, man. I wish I still had my thing in OBS. The role model for the kids. But I throw away 3 days of my life for Doom? No. Are you actually grinding for Doom? You said you wouldn't do it. You liar. You freaking liar. Okay. Well, that's cool, man. Doom looks like he's a lot of fun. Good luck with your grind. Speaking of Doom, reminder, guys, I'm going to be doing my Doomsday Arena grinds, which means I'll be grinding, I'll be doing daytime streams along with the nighttime streams every day that Doom is in the arena. Man, I shouldn't have looked at this page earlier. The best advice when it comes to hoarding is don't look at your crystals. Because just knowing that I have 2 5-stars to pop, I want to pop them. I'm not going to, but I do want to pop them. No, I didn't. I just said his cutoff would be stupid high. Okay. I could have sworn in a previous conversation that you said you weren't going to do it, but okay. That's fair enough, man. My garbage memory. Be like Man-Thing. Pop him. Man-Thing does like to pop him. Oh, man. I can't wait to rank Man-Thing, guys. I'm still psyched about ranking him. I've kind of gone back and forth like, maybe I should save it. Maw's gonna get buffed. I can give it to Maw. Whenever I pull Doom, I could use that to rank up Doom, all this and that. But you know what, man? Man-Thing. I love Man-Thing. I'm not afraid to admit it. Who knows? By the time I can actually rank him, because I'm gonna run out of tier 2 alpha. So I'm not even going to be able to rank for him anytime soon. And maybe by the time I actually rank him, Maw will get buffed or something like that. And maybe I'll have to pull back on Man-Thing. But as it stands right now, I'm still pretty pumped about rank 5ing Man-Thing. Will you ever open the egg? Sure, I'm going to open it right now. Or I'm going to try to at least. Let's see. Open. Open. Nope. Not opening. Fury Striker BG, I'm saving for the Doom features, and boy do I want to pop the 5 stars I have right now. Yeah, dude. Got you sweating, yeah. Can't play with your Man-Thing, it's November, guys, wow. But yeah, I'm pretty pumped about ranking this fool. If I got Man-Thing Awakened, I would be totally 100% sure that I would rank this guy. Because he's not awakened, it still has me kind of questioning, like, do I go with someone else? I don't know. My Maw is also not awakened. I don't even remember what Maw's awakened ability does. Is that where the degen comes from? I don't know. Will you crack the egg? Sure, I'll be right back. Comes back with an actual egg and breaks it in hand. I would die laughing. Wow. If I send $1,000 right now, will you open? I like how in parentheses after that you said that you won't. Dude, it's not about the money. I can't open it. I try every single night. This is the universe egg. The entire universe is contained within this egg. Like, I've said it so many times. It just can't be done. I would love it. Love to pop this thing. Love to know life's secrets. Is there a heaven? Is there a hell? I don't know. It's all within this egg. Everything would just poof. I think that's what happened, at least. Leading scientists. That's what they claim, at least. And I'm inclined to believe. I bet Laura can open it. Let's not find out, Orplexian. Let's not find out. Alright, anyway. I'm going to head out of here for the night, guys. Lance Bombers, thank you so much for being tonight's biggest D. And, do you accept bribes, BG? No. What kind of bribes? But yeah, I'll be back tomorrow, normal time. And yeah, I'll see you guys all then. Thanks for hanging out as always. Doobs and everyone else that's gonna be grinding for Doom. I hope you're, dude. I hope you're really preparing for this. I hope you guys are gonna spend the entire day tomorrow sleeping. Sleep 36 hours straight. Basically from now until the Doom start. Wait, 36 is too much, right? A little under 36. Sleep like a good 30 hours. All right. Rest up, because you're not going to be sleeping during the grind. All right. Good night, everybody.